yet another workshop on voice feminization, masculinization, androgynization, and generally, I'm here to help you achieve the voice goals that you have in mind, no matter the gender or the presentation that you want to achieve. All right, so first and foremost, I do need to make something clear for some of those that might not have been here before. I need to talk a little bit about safety and vocal hygiene real quick. So as per usual, for those who already know, you have to drink water. For those who don't know, of course, you have to drink water too. That's for everyone. Now, drink water. Why? Because you need to keep your voice hydrated. I know it might not sound like much, but try to drink water at least 15 minutes before practicing. These are really subtle muscles that you're going to have to put through like very strenuous and really quick vibrations. Just for like a heads up, for example, like a high pitch, like can be something like 200 or 300 vibrations per second. So the vocal folds are opening, closing a few hundred times per second. That's pretty intense. So that's something that you definitely want to give yourself the best chances for. All right, that being said, certain medications can be drying to your voice. So something like spironolactone or smoking or drinking alcohol or even coffee, if it's too concentrated with caffeine, can be drying to the voice. Now, of course, I'm not saying that you should stop doing any of these things. If you have to take those medications, don't stop taking them, please. But do try to maybe work around them. Don't, I don't know, like take spironolactone and then right afterwards go into voice training. Maybe try to do it another time in the day, for example. All right, so that is pretty much all I had to say on vocal safety. Another thing, of course, is to warm up your voice, because just like any muscle, you have to warm up your vocal folds as well. You're not going to go on a marathon and not stretch your legs. You're just gonna like be able to like run maybe not a mile, I don't know, and then be really tired and out of it. So the same goes for the voice. Okay, so hydration is important. Trying to avoid practicing when you have been doing things that can be dehydrating to the voice, and warming up your voice. These are the three main things that we have to keep in mind when practicing the voice. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what voice is really quickly in the little time we have before getting people on stage. So, that's the voice. Well, at least that's a model that we use to explain the voice. It's what we call the power source filter model. And very simply put, it's using, well, those three aspects of the voice. You have your lungs, I hope, and you breathe air with them. Breathe it in and out. In the case of voice, you're generally going to breathe it out. I mean, you can certainly speak by breathing air in, but breathing air in just gives this really goofy, inefficient voice, so probably not what you're going to do. You push that air up, all the way up behind your Adam's apple, where you will find the larynx. Inside the larynx, you'll find little folds, little flaps that can vibrate thanks to the air that you provide to it. And then they will vibrate, create what we call the source sound. That source sound will then move up there, reverberate, bounce around this space, which we call the filter space. But the big buzzword that you probably already have seen online, if you've already done some research on voice, is resonance. Resonance is referring, in this case of voice training, to vocal tract size. And so the bigger the vocal tract size, the darker the voice is, and the smaller the vocal tract size is, the brighter the voice. Okay? And with all of these things in conjunction, that's how you can use your voice. Now, when it comes to feminizing the voice, we're going to want to have a smaller size, a smaller filter. And when it comes to masculinizing, we're going to want a bigger filter, a bigger size. Now, let's talk a little bit about what differentiates a feminine voice from a masculine voice. Of course, there's not one masculine voice and not one feminine voice, and there's, of course, many voices in the spectrum of voice production that can showcase different types of voices. But let's talk a little bit about what generally biologically defines those two voices, or at least makes them very different. And that will be down to testosterone exposure. Notice that I didn't talk about chromosomes, or I didn't talk about other biological things, because you can very much have the chromosomes and be AMAB, have like all the testosterone you want in your body, but it all depends on the individual. You might have a testosterone predisposed body, but yet the testosterone might not affect your vocal tract at all. So And the same goes the other way around. If you're AFAB, you can have testosterone impact your voice more than someone who's AMAB. So it's really down to testosterone exposure. And so what does testosterone do to our voice? Well, it does three things. First, it makes the vocal folds vibrate much slower. So it makes them go like really low in pitch. Okay. Then the second thing it does is it makes the vocal tract really wide. So you get this really dark sound, again, in conjunction with the longer vocal folds. Then you have like a really big vocal tract size and really long, slow vibrating vocal folds. And then the third thing that testosterone does is it increases the vocal folds mass, which achieves a much buzzier, much boomier voice. And that is what testosterone does to our voices. If I can do this voice going all the way down and still do that voice up here, it's because, well, I know how to manipulate these different muscles and those different components. And I do hope to teach you some of that today. So, okay. I said before about voice safety and about voice warm-up, that warm-ups are really important, okay? So we're going to do some of those together. So let's give this a try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little warm-up sound, and you're going to try to mimic it to the best of your abilities. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and then you do it after me, okay? So I go first. Oh. And you go in 3, 2, 1. Oh. And back down. Oh. Very good. Awesome. Let's try a different sound. Let's try the sound Z and as in zoo. I go first. Now you go in 3, 2, 1. All the way down. There we go. Awesome. So this little warm-up you want to do with those sounds. The O sound, you have your lips kind of rounded, so that allows for the airflow to be limited a little bit. That is even more true with the Z sound when you have your teeth and the tongue in the way. So creating that pressure in the mouth allows the vocal folds to have an easier time vibrating. I won't get too much into the details. Maybe I will if someone asks a question. But with the time we have left, yeah, let's get started. So for those who don't already know, I generally take up to 4 people on stage. 2 people who want to masculinize their voices and 2 people who want to feminize their voices. And as per usual, I'm going to start with transmask voice. So if you're interested in participating, raise your hand, jump in place, or you can also use the hand emoji. So anyone interested? Don't worry, I don't bite, I promise. Raise your hand. Do I see anyone? No, no one. Can anyone spot anyone who wants to masculinize their voices? No? I guess not. Well, then I guess we'll get started with fem voice and maybe see if someone later wants to do mask voice. Okay, so same as for mask voice. If you want to feminize your voice, please raise your hand or jump in place. Okay. All right, that's a lot of people in here. All right, Full Metal War. Yeah, all the way on the side. All right, come up on stage. You can go over here, around, yeah. Applause for Full Metal War!
Hello again.
Hello, welcome. Hello, hello. Hi.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me turn off my noise filter.
Exactly. That's also for everyone else who wants to move up on stage. Please make sure that you have disabled the noise reduction and that you've put the sensitivity all the way to the left to, I think it's 0% sensitivity. Yeah, that's what it is.
If you disable it, you don't need to adjust the slider, so.
That's fair. All right, we'll see because I'm going to need you to do some whispers, perhaps. So can you give me a very gentle whisper, like, hello? Awesome, you already know. Awesome, I'm very good, yeah, awesome. All right, let's get started. We got 10 minutes starting now. All right, full metal, full, A, what did I call you?
Mousy.
How did I call you? Mercy?
Mousy.
Mousy.
Yeah.
Like Marcy, but it's pronounced
Like
correctly.
Lucy, but mousy.
Oh, okay, Mousy,
So,
gotcha. Okay. Nice to meet you, Mousy. All right, so you want to learn to feminize your
yes.
voice. Have you done some work prior to this before on your voice?
Yeah. Yeah,
I can
with you
tell.
actually, and I kind of was been slacking on it for a while, so
That's fine. What do you have in mind for a goal? Like, what do you want to achieve with this session? Do you want to just do general feminization,
um
or is there something in voice that you feel
more
you struggle more with?
more like stabling out my voice so it doesn't just randomly drop without warning. So
Yeah, like it doesn't suddenly drop without warning. I mean, it's not that drastic with you, don't worry. Uh, yeah, let's prevent our voice from dropping all the way down. That would be super annoying. Oh no! Wow.
I've done puberty once. I don't need to do it again.
Well, let's give this a try. I want to kind of have you read a little bit of text before. Okay. How about you read that very first sentence for me? That, hello, good morning, how are you? I just want to see what your voice naturally does.
I will happily read it once it loads. So there we go. Hello, good morning. How are you?
Okay, very good. Hello, good morning. How are you? So on good, it felt like you did this. Hello, good morning. That was a bit darker. So,
Yeah.
hello, good morning. Good morning. You want to try raising the resonance on good?
Good.
Okay, that's interesting.
Good.
Because you don't only raise the resonance, you don't only make the resonance space smaller, you also are bringing the pitch up, right? So here we really want to make it so that you can only brighten the sound whilst not changing the pitch. Why does that matter? Well, because the drop here was kind of due to you changing the pitch, right? You don't speak like a robot. Hello, good morning, how are you? Right? That doesn't happen. So when you do hello, good morning, right? You do this like hello, good morning, right? So that pitch here is much lower than your hello, right? So as you go back to a lower pitch, your old habits of voice kind of kick back in, and it's like they come full force. Like, oh, I go towards a lower pitch. I know I have to be darker. You know, kind of that thing. So of course we don't want to go too low in pitch, but we still can use lower pitches within a fem range. Let's see, what was that pitch you did? Can you do the sentence again?
Yeah. Hello, good morning. How are you?
Okay, that's much better. Hello, good. Okay, A3, very good. Good morning. How are you? Okay, so here the drop isn't as drastic, but I also think it's because you chose a higher pitch for the word good. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Do we want your voice to be always consistently super high? I mean, that would be very in line with mousy vibes, you know? Or do we want it to be able to like fluctuate to really high pitches and really low pitches as well, whilst staying feminine?
Well, the thing is, I'm told I'm very soft-spoken to begin with, so and
Low pitches probably won't help you, if, in all
they won't.
honesty. So the thing with low pitches is, yeah, you can do low feminine voices, but you're just generally going to sound quieter. Our ears, our human ears, are not made, they're not like a flat frequency response. That's a bit of nerding out, but basically, there's a bunch of frequencies in our voices, right? You can have like really high frequencies and really low frequencies. And, you know, we don't pick up all the frequencies the same. That's why higher pitches are generally more fatiguing to the ear if exposed to a long time. That's because they're heard louder than they actually physically are, okay? And so if you go for higher pitches, you will have a better chance to be heard than if you go to lower pitches. I mean, technically you could go to low pitches, but then you have to go loud. But loud and low pitch is generally more masculine leaning. So if you have issues of being soft-spoken, we can also work on another thing called vocal fold mass, right? So it's going to be the difference between hello, good morning, how are you? And hello, good morning, how are you? See, first one is low vocal fold mass, it's really soft spoken, it's really quiet, it's really gentle. It's more like it works better like in a quiet environment, like in a quiet space, like just in a room. But like if you're like out and about and you want to be heard, for example, I don't know, like on stage, I don't know, I wouldn't know about that. Hello, good morning, how are you? Well, then you probably would want to have your voice carry over more. To do this, we're going to want to make it a little bit thicker, make the vocal folds thicker. Remember, I talked about the vocal folds as being muscles. Well, they're not just muscles, but a part of them is muscle. And so if you flex the muscle a lot, then you get a really thick sound. And if you flex the muscle very little, then you get a very thin sound. And that is the kind of variation that you might want to look into if you want to get a more feminine, but still strong enough voice. Let's give this a try. Let's go back to hello, good morning, how are you? Okay?
Okay.
Try it
Want me
again.
to read again? Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, so right now, hello, good morning, how are you? So first, let's fix the resonance here a little bit. Oh, God, are you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
You're facing to
Sorry.
the floor. You're fine.
My
Hello, good.
controller likes to act up, so.
That's all right. So, hello, good morning. So you end the sentence low in pitch. The pitch here is ing. It's a D3, so it's pretty low. Good morning. Maybe you can try something like good morning. Maybe ending like on A, on like an F sharp 3. Morning. Give that a try.
Morning.
Okay? And now in context of the
Morning.
whole sentence. Morning. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Careful there on hello. Hello. Here this time the O dropped an O on, well, the resonance dropped on the O of hello. 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 Oh, oh, oh. Keep that sound bright. Give it
Hello.
another try.
Hello. No. Hello. Good
Hello.
morning. How are you?
There you go. You're good. If you ever struggle to brighten a sound, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. You ever tried playing around with resonance? You ever used resonance tuning exercises before?
I'm not sure. I mostly do e, o, o, e.
Hmm.
What's the vowels?
Okay, so what about something like hello, hello, hello? Is that something you've tried before?
Not really. I
Wow,
randomly
okay.
change. I normally just randomly change tones for depending on what song. So while I'm at
Okay.
work, so I go through the whole range and just constantly fluctuate it. But that's about it.
So right now you're achieving a feminine sound because you're going for high pitches. That means that naturally you go brighter as you go higher in pitch. Like your larynx is following up the trail of your vocal folds, vibrating faster. But here, if we want to speak at low pitches and not have them be masculinized, then we have to make sure that they can be brighter. But you can't work on brightness if you achieve a femme voice with the pitch modulation. This is where I introduced to you whisper exercises. Why do them? Well, let me ask you something. Can you tell if the gender in these two whispers is different? Hello. Hello.
A little bit, yeah. One sounds
Dark, and the other one sounds bright.
brighter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, to achieve a more feminine voice, we want to get a brighter sound. So, what we can try here is take the word hello and start it really dark, like hello. Give that a try.
Hello. Hello.
Nice.
Going that dark hurts.
It's okay. It shouldn't hurt. So with the whispers, they are really drawing to the voice. Whispers are really useful because you get to hear the resonance. You get to hear exactly the size of your vocal tract, right? Because your vocals are not vibrating. You don't hear pitch, you just hear the air brushing past the vocal folds. Okay? Okay. Oh, the time's already up. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I just want to finish this. This is really important. So as you do this whisper, right, you only hear the resonance. You don't have pitch in the way. So try the following. Try to climb up in pitch, in resonance. Try to do hello, 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 hello. Try this out.
Hello, 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 hello.
Okay, very good. So you went from hello to hello, hello. And that whisper already is a lot brighter. So if you put your hand on your neck, you can probably feel your Adam's apple, right? The little bump on your neck.
Yeah.
It depends on people. For some, it's more prominent than others. But now you can try again to do this really dark hello. Hello. And you should feel it move all the way down.
Hello, hello. Yeah, when it moves down, it hurts. So.
Okay, don't move it down too much then. Don't move it down when where it hurts. Okay, it's just so that you can see kind of like where is your lowest and where is your highest, your darkest and your brightest. Okay? Now if you do the following, hello, 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 then you can bridge into, okay,
Sorry.
hello. Okay, enough from here. You can try this. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Exactly, there you go. Hello, very femme hello, right? And for the sake of good job. And for the sake of experimenting, you could very much try the opposite, like hello, hello, and then have a really dark hello, you know? Which is not your objective, of course. So yeah, I'm actually honestly surprised at how bright and how much femme sounds you could already get without the resonance practice technique. So definitely do practice some of that. Yeah, best of luck with your practice, Mousy. I hope that you learned something new.
I did. Thank you. Thank you. I now actually have stuff to practice today.
Yeah.
Especially since all the buildings are closed. So.
I get that. Now that you have done the vowels, like you can do the same, but with brightness. And practice every single sound in the English language until you get everything super bright. All right.
Thank you
Applause
very
everyone
much.
for Mousy, who came up on stage, the first person up to 2025. Yay!
Yeah, I'm much older than 25. Well, you'll get my key to walk off stage. Thank you.
All right. Oh my, I see some new people. Is someone interested in making their voice sound more masculine? Do we have any new people who want? Yes, I see someone. I cannot read your name for the life of me. What shall I call you? Person with the name that I can't read. I can't hear you. You're so quiet. Wait. Yeah, come up on stage.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it's okay. All right.
Oh Jesus.
Hello. Hi. All right. What should I
Hi.
call you? Hi.
You can
Hello.
call me Vicar. You can call me Vicar Vampire.
Okay, so Vic is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Applause for Vic. Clap, 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 clap. All right. Hello, Vic. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Vic. Hi. We got 10 minutes starting, and now you want to learn to masculinize your voice. That's right?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Awesome.
I have a very feminine voice, so you know.
Oh, I guess. I mean, so with your voice, have you already done some voice acting, some singing, some voice practice to masculinize it, or not? Not at all.
So, okay. So for me, my voice is when I. Oh fuck, Jesus, sorry. I'm very awkward. I can
You're
make
fine.
it go really, really high. And I can make it do more of a lower female voice, but I can't do more than that. I can just change the pitch. I've never been able. I've been mistaken for a femboy a couple times. That was great, but nothing else.
So somewhere people know that you're not entirely straight, cis, etc. Right? Okay. So maybe the vibe is coming off right. So let's see. Okay, I want to have you test. I want to test your range. Can you go from your highest pitch down to your lowest pitch? Like, oh.
Yeah, hold on. Let me drink some water and then I'll do that.
Drinking water is a great idea. I will also proceed to drink some water. Very good. Appreciate the water.
Of course. Okay. So, like, my highest down to the lowest I can go?
Yeah, something like, oh. Give it a try.
Okay. Jesus Christ, sorry, sorry, I was screaming in my high pitch earlier with my friends, so it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a little bit.
Don't hurt yourself. You don't need to go too high.
Jesus. Sorry, I have a tad bit of stage fright and I'm online. This is insane. Okay. I don't know if I can go high right now. I'm sorry, Savvy.
It's okay. You don't need to go
not
high.
the best student at the moment.
Just like the highest you can go right now. Like it doesn't need to be like it can be like
Okay, got it.
oh, and then just
That's the highest I can go right now.
okay. And now from there, oh. Try it out.
Sorry, I drifted. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No worries. Take your time.
I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ.
Come on, it's just pixels.
It's just pixels.
Nah, it's okay. Take your time. Take your time. It's just pixels. Yeah, it's just a video game. It's nothing else. It's fine. Okay. How about we do this?
You're all here, just many pixels. Yeah.
It's a lot of pixels. I know. All right, Vic. You're here. Listen to me. Yeah. You're speaking to me, right? You're making sounds to speak to me. Yeah. Okay. So let's just let's do this social experiment. Okay. So I just do a sound and you mimic after me, like. Oh.
Okay.
And you try to do this one.
Oh. Oh. Shit, that was shitty. Okay, excuse me. Hello.
It's okay.
You're leaking. Your microphone is leaking. All right. 1 moment.
Okay. So now you did. Oh. How about you try? Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
You got this.
I don't know if I can do that. Okay. I can't do that. I'm sorry, Savvy. I can't.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Do you feel too much stress? Do you want to like stop it here,
No,
or
it's
do you
not
want
that I'm
to
too
try?
stressed. It's just okay. I'm I guess what you would call a chain smoker, and so my vocals are kind of
Okay.
strained
Yeah.
at some
Okay.
points, so I can't do certain like tones or like I guess noises per se.
Okay. Right. Let's keep the low pitch, the range pitch thing. Okay.
Okay.
Let's try whispers. You probably can do whispers no matter what happens, right?
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
say something like, "Hello"? Cool. Now you notice your hello is like here. Hello. Now I want you to try and make that hello darker, like hello. Give that a try.
Okay, hold on. Hello. Hold on. But that was a whisper. Hold on. Hello.
Yeah, on the whisper.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Shh. We're quiet. They can't hear us. Shh. They can't hear us. Okay. They can't hear us exactly. So they can't hear us. Yeah.
Us. I can't. Oh my god.
It's okay. Okay. Treat it like a sigh. Like you're just like, okay, just breathing everything out. Yeah.
Okay. So you just
Very
like.
good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a sigh. Okay. And all we're trying to do is just do sighs. Okay. And then we
Yeah.
want to do the size at different levels. Going from bright to dark. Try that.
So
Just
like
just
so my
breathing. Literally
geez,
just
I'm
breathing.
sorry. It's just breathing. So
Yeah, just breathing.
oh my god, I really
Yeah,
Jesus.
you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it.
And okay, so like
Yeah, you're doing great. Right. You did. And you can go lower still. Take your time.
I can't go any
Yeah.
lower than what I just did. I'm gonna be honest.
That's okay. So can you try and reproduce that lowest that you just did? I think it was around here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can go really fucking high with my voice when I want to, but it doesn't stay like that when I really want it to, because I have to force it on myself. So when I go really
Right.
fucking high, I have to either chug some water or hit my chest real hard
Yeah.
for high
I mean,
pitches.
like
Which
this lower
obviously I
voice?
don't.
Oh, okay.
So obviously I don't want the higher pitch, yeah. But I do that for funsies all the time to make my friends annoyed, yeah. So
Yeah, that's
when
fair.
I'll switch my voice up when I'm talking, because I can do that when I'm not being watched by 20 different pixels. Um
Yeah, lots of pixels. Indeed.
Lots
But
of
just
pixels,
pixels.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
pixels.
Okay. It's like you're not talking all the way up here, but you're not talking all the way down here. You're like kind of like around like this range, kind of. Like you're kind of
Yeah.
like around here. Like you're just chilling. Yeah. So can we like
Yeah.
keep chilling? But like we chill like lower and lower and
Yeah,
lower
we
and
chill
lower and lower and
lower
lower.
and lower.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Lower, lower. Okay, can you try that sound again? Lower.
Lower.
Okay, right above. Lower. Lower.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I can do that again. I was just like, uh, hold on. Lower, lower, lower. I can't. Jesus.
It's okay. Just how you were speaking before, you're like, oh yeah, I go super high pitch, and then you're like, I can also like go lower.
Yeah, I can
like,
go super
then
high
you were
pitch and I can go down and down and down and down and down.
there you go, yeah, and down and down and down and down and down and down. Just keep going, you know. Just start from
Because-
where you're confident and keep going lower. Whether that is
So-
really high or really low, you know.
So
up
it's
to
really
you.
high, and then I just keep going down and down and down and down, all the way down.
All
And
the way
what
down.
I just did there was probably around the lowest I can go. At the moment.
Like you're on an F3, okay. So with practice, you could go lower. It's very good. But now that's where the whispers would really come in handy. Lower, lower. Those whispers here. And I'll just tell it for you, like, so you can practice away from stage on your own. But like during the whispers, just like we did before with Mousy, we want to take that bright whisper and make it really dark. You can take hello. We can also use the word just cat. So we have just one vowel sound like ah, cat, okay? And then we try the following. Cat, 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 cat. You're welcome to try with your mic muted if you want, if it makes you feel
Is there like
if it's
a way
alright
you
with
could
you,
just do
but-
a letter instead of a full word? Oh,
yeah,
time's
you
up.
just do. Yeah, time's up. We could just do the ah sound, you know, like
Yeah.
which is
Okay,
kind of like
almost
the
like we do
side
that
that we
on
did
stage.
before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can try that out.
Thank you so much, Savvy. This was a great experience. I appreciate you so
You're
much with this. Have
welcome.
a lovely day.
Oh, thank you. Best of luck with your practice. Applause for Vic for making up on stage. Yippee! Oh, thank you, thank you. I needed the yippies. All right. So now I'll take the second person who wants to learn to feminize their voices. Okay, I already see a bunch of people jumping. I think I saw you jump before Zephyr. You've never been on stage, yeah?
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, come up on stage. Applause for Zephyr. Did I butcher the name? Or am I fine?
No, you got it right.
Sounds right.
Yay, Zephyr. Okay. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Let's get started. We get 10 minutes starting from now. Okay. First time here?
Well, first time being. Blah, 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 blah. Words have
Blah, blah, blah.
words.
Yeah, words. Yeah. Words are hard. I know.
But yeah, it's just my first time being on stage
Yeah.
in one of these classes.
Awesome. All right. Have you done any voice acting, singing, or voice training on your own? I kind of feel like you have done something with your voice.
It's... Oh, actually, yeah. Sometimes I will do some singing. Oftentimes I do some voice impressions. Ow! I can do a pretty good Gilbert Gottfried impression.
Okay, that's
Well,
very good. Okay, that's very good. Nice. So you already play around with your voice a lot. That's very good. All right. So what bothers you about your current femme voice? What do you want to improve about it?
It's... How do I say this? Well, I did mention I do singing. I I have thought about well, in addition to like masculine singing, but add like feminine singing as well. In addition to like speaking feminine.
Okay, so some things that I can gather from your voice already is that there's quite a lot of thickness. Like your voice, like kind of like portrays like a little bit more of a heavier sound. Like it's kind of sounding buzzy, right? So like it's kind of like on the femme side, but like it's a bit buzzy, not nasal. It's not through the nose, but it's just like a little bit thicker. So I was talking about vocal fold mask before, and that is really useful to get a louder or stronger sound. But sometimes, especially if we have had a lot of testosterone impact our voices, sometimes it can make our voice really buzzy. And so that's something that we want to be addressing. How about you try and read that first sentence for me in your current voice?
I'm sorry, my what voice? Sorry, I didn't catch all
Uh,
that.
I don't know, whatever voice. What? I don't know. Would you say you're doing your femme voice right now, or you're kind of like not really doing anything? Like, is it your ideal voice? I don't know what your voice generally sounds like. So,
Oh, my god. I'm a map, so I'm trying to like feminize my voice.
okay, what's the current voice
It's
you have to yourself? Like, what is it to you?
it's like
It's somewhere.
touching. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like at least touching upon feminine, but it's still masculine.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's not feminine touching masculine. It's like very androgynous. Like it has a lot of femme characteristics and some mask characteristics. So it's very androgynous. So let's see. How about you read that first sentence for me? Like, hello, good morning. How are you?
all right. It's all right.
You got this.
Hello. Oh, look. All right. Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Very good. So, hello, good morning. How are you? Like a lot of the times you go up and down. So you already seem to have that feminine intonation where you go up and down, right? Very good. Now, when you go to those lower pitches, you add two things. You make the voice darker and you make the voice heavier. Hello, very bright, and hello. It goes low in pitch. It goes darker and it goes buzzier, right? So hello, right? That's why I'm saying it's androgynous. Part of your voice has femme sounds. Hello. And then as you go down, oh, it leans more mask, right? And that's where it's important that, we don't have like a super feminine voice, a super masculine voice, or an androgynous voice, we have a lot of different sounds that chain each other really quickly. And so you have to break your voice down and see what components of your voice make it sound androgynous or masculine or feminine, right? In this case, we can see a pretty clear evolution of the pitch. Hello, good morning, how are you? Right? Where every time you go up and down towards like a more mask sound, etc., etc. So let's see how we can fix that. We can do two things. We can try and brighten the sound, make the resonance brighter, and we can try to get your voice to be softer. so that you don't have this hello, but instead hello. Still go to a low pitch, but like sound a lot softer at those lower pitches, right? So let's give this a try. First of all, I want to see if we can really scale your resonance bright. So give me the words "pat that cat" on a whisper, like this: pat that cat. Give it a try.
Pat that cat.
Awesome. So you're doing pat that cat. Very good. And now you want to brighten it. Take just the word "pat" and do pat 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 pat. Give it a try. Yes, pet the imaginary cat. Yes. Okay.
Butts, 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 butts.
Okay, very good. So you went from so that was bright, but there was a little bit too much air, and I think you can hear it. Right? So you can try it again, but try and make the pat really soft and gentle. This will work as one, it will not make your voice as tired because you won't be drying it up with too much air. And second, it will also prepare your voice to work a lot softer, to vibrate more gently. If you have too much air, then the resulting voice is generally going to be thicker. But if you have less air, then the result will be a lot thinner and a lot softer, right? So give it another try. Let's pat the imaginary cat. It's right here. You can pat it, right? I promise it's here. Pat, 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 pat.
Butts, butts.
Yes?
Pat, 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 pat.
Okay, very good. And then you get, now you get that bright pat. Pat, pat. Okay. And now what you're going to do is bridge that pat into full voice. Pat. Pat that cat. Give that a try.
Oh.
Too squeezed. You have to make it really soft. Pat. Pat. Super quiet. Pat.
Pats, pats,
Yeah. There you go. Super fan. Can you say
like
pat
that?
that cat? Exactly, like that. Yeah.
Pats that cat.
Very good. And can you say hello, good morning? Pat that
Hello,
cat.
good morning. Pats that
Very good.
cat.
That's super good. Hello, good morning. How are you?
Hello, good
Keep it up.
morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You sound very femme today. Okay, good stuff. Nice. Hello, good morning. How are you? So right now we have negated the issue of darkness in your voice and of vocal fold mass. That's also because we're staying very monotonous. Beep boop, hello, good morning, how are you? Right, it's very monotonous. Now, it's when we start to add intonation and fluctuation of pitch that things can start to get a little bit unstable. So let's give this a try. Pat that cat. Hello, good morning. Give it a try.
Pats that cat. Hello, good morning. How are you?
Very good. Hello, good morning. How are you? You definitely lost it on the you there at the end, but it was a lot more stable than before. Okay? How are you? So what's the pitch you end here on you? You. Oh yeah, that's a B2. That's technically possible to feminize. But like then you have like a really low femme voice, and it's not one that you're like gonna be loud with if you want to use it. So yeah, that's pretty good. So instead of saying, how are you? Let's try maybe something like, how are you? Ooh, and stop like at this pitch. How are you? Give that a try.
Oh. How are you?
Yeah, like that. I mean,
I was gonna say
there you
that
go.
almost,
How are
that
you?
doesn't sound exactly natural.
That how are you? I know what you mean. Like, you're used to doing, like, how are you? And, like, you kind of have, like, this built-in intonation that you already go for, right? And that's where you have to be careful with. It's like a lot of your old habits from your mask voice can creep back up when you're doing fem voice, especially when you're trying to habitualize it, right? So, how are you, right? So, not dropping as far in pitch can help you. Remember when we did that high pitch there? Hello, good morning, how are you? Everything sounded super femme, but robotic. So we can try and introduce intonation, maybe not like your normal intonation, but something that's a little bit more controlled. Let's try instead that. Okay, so pat that cat.
Pats, that's cats.
Very good. Hello, good morning, how are you?
Hello, good morning, how are you?
Okay, very good, very good. You had this like hello and then good morning, how are you? So you caught yourself there, very good. And then from here, we're gonna try and go up in pitch. Hello, good morning, how are you? Oh, it's okay.
Oops.
Hello, good morning, how are you? Give it a try.
Hello,
Hello.
good morning, how are you?
Very good. And now we try the other way around. Hello, good morning, how are you?
Hello, good morning, how are you?
How are you? You. Let's try and make the you at the end softer. How are you? How are you? Very gentle. Very low airflow.
How are you?
Yes.
How
Yeah, there you go. And then now that you've done da 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 all the way down to G3, we can try hello, good morning. How are you?
Hello, good morning, how are you?
Okay, very good. Careful. Good morning. And you. Okay, it does happen again. But yeah, basically, what you have to watch out for is the end of sentences, or more accurately, when your pitch goes down. Brace yourself for, okay, I'm gonna go lower in pitch. I might add, more vocal fold mass than needed, or I might add too much air in my voice. And more air can introduce that, that thickness sound, okay? So that's something you want to be working on, all right? Other than that, really good stuff. Practice the whisper siren or the whisper slide that we did with Pat That Cat. That made your voice sound really bright. Now, the main thing I would say is watch out for when the pitch changes around. You can achieve a femme voice. It's mostly the inflection and the intonation that can introduce those lower pitches that makes your voice sound masculine or at least thicker in the sound. I don't really like to use gendered qualifiers because, you know, a thick voice can be found in a feminine voice, a soft voice can be found in a masculine voice, etc., etc. So technically you have a femme voice, but one that has little pitfalls of, you know, a lot of increase of vocal fold mass at lower pitches. How are you? You could do exactly the same pitch, but softer. How are you? I think maybe something that might be occurring in your voice is that you use a lot of air, which is normal if you, well, I heard how loud you can do that voice impression you did at the start, like a lot of air, you know? Yeah, like a lot of air. And so if you like do a mask voice, you know, if you have a very low air in a mask voice, you're like, yeah, like I speak with a mask voice, but like I have too little air, and I can't really be heard. But if like I add a lot of air, then everyone can hear me on stage. You know? And so
Right.
you might be using a lot of that airflow, which is great for loud voices and mask voices, but for feminine voices, you might want to prefer a lower airflow. Doesn't mean that you have to be completely super soft all the time. Hello, good morning, how are you? You just have to find a nice middle ground and control the airflow a bit better. Okay?
Got it.
All right. I hope that helped you out, and best of luck with your practice. Applause for Zephyr! Yay!
Thank you so much.
You're welcome! Woo! Yippee! All right. So, last but not least, who wants to make their voice more masculine sounding? Anyone interested in this audience? I think Orbit Soda. Yeah, I've never seen you on stage before, have I? Oh, all right, come up on stage. Come on, come on, come on. Applause for Orbit. Oh my god, I love the walk animation. Oh my god. This audience today. All right, you've been yipped all the way up on stage. Hello, welcome, Orbit.
Hello.
Hello. All right, let's see. We got 10 minutes starting now. All right, I'm totally not late on schedule. It's all right, the first of the year. It happens. Okay, so, Orbit, what you want to learn today? What you want to do with your voice?
More masculine.
All right, more masculine. Interesting, interesting. So let's see. Have you done any voice practice towards getting a more masculine voice? Some voice acting, some singing? What's your relationship to your voice?
I did a little bit of the in Discord voice training.
Right, very good. So okay. Let's see. I want to kind of gauge what your range is at. So how about you give me your highest pitch down to your lowest pitch? Oh. Give it a try.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, A2, really? Wow. Okay, that's pretty low. Okay, cool. Now, how about resonance? Can you give me a pat that cat really bright, and we're gonna go darker, like pat, 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 pat. Give it a try. Okay, I think your voice is cutting off a little bit. Can you check real quick on your sound settings if you have noise reduction properly disabled? It's noise
okay,
suppression.
1 sec.
So it's on the quick menu, you click the audio option, and then you scroll down a bit to microphone section. Then you want to turn off noise suppression, and the mic activation threshold goes all the way down to 0%.
Okay.
Okay, let's try this again. Pat, 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 pat.
Pat, 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 pat.
Okay.
So it ends here. Okay, so like you could get something like this, and if you merge this with technically you could like get down here if we
manage things well. Let's see if we can get there. All right. So with that pat, that really dark pat that you got, let's try and see if we can bridge it into a full voice. You know, when you do a whisper, the vocal folds are open and want to close them so that they start vibrating again. So let's try this out. Pat, 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 pat. And try to hold the pat down there. Give it a try.
Okay. Pat, 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 pat.
Okay, and from there, yes. Okay, and then from there,
pot. Give that a try.
wow.
Oh.
And all the way down to that A2. Amazing. Okay,
All right.
so can you say,
Pat that cat.
Oh, pat that cat.
okay, wow.
Pat that cat. Okay, like we're pretty much there. Awesome. Cool.
Let's try and read some text up there with this.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Give it a try.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Yes, very good. Can you do the next one?
I'll have a cup of coffee, please.
I'll have a cup of coffee, please.
That's awesome. Now let's try this again, but start a bit higher and a bit like,
I'll have a cup of coffee, please.
I'll have a cup of coffee, please.
Okay, I'll have a cup of coffee, please. Okay, so you do this, please. So you go brighter here, but you could stay, please, like stay dark. Okay, so it seems like the behavior of a smaller vocal tract does come back into the equation, but you're getting really interesting results. I'll have a cup of coffee, please. Okay, how about the next one?
I forgot to take my hormones.
I forgot to take my hormones.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I forgot. Dang it.
Okay, very good, very good. Love to hear that. You know.
Are you really sure about that?
Are you really sure about that?
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so right now we have this really dark voice.
Are you really sure about that? Da 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 da. Right? And we have this. I'll have a cup of coffee, please. But one thing is missing. We have this like really low pitch. We have this really dark voice, but we don't have yet the vocal fold mask. We sound too soft, you know? So we want to make the voice sound a little bit buzzier, heavier.
So how do we do this? We play around with vocal fold mass a little bit. So how can I explain this? Okay. You know, when you do like a physical effort, you try to like lift something way too heavy for you, or you try to, in a less glamorous way, you have a really bad time in the bathroom. You know, you will have to do this like, this really thick sound, right? And that encourages the vocal folds to go thicker, right? So during that sound, pushing it gets you a lot more vocal fold mass. That sounds really silly at a high pitch, but in the lower pitch,
It makes your voice a lot thicker and thus much more boomier.
right? It actually showcases more how dark your resonance is and, you know, reinforces that masculine sound, okay? Well, mostly because you get to hear the frequencies better and you hear it better how it's dark. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, so we were. I can't believe we're down to A2. That's crazy to me. Okay, so A2. Okay, let's do the next sentence.
I think I have a craving for pickles.
I think I have a craving for pickles.
I think I have a craving for pickles. Awesome.
Now we're gonna try and make the sound I a lot thicker. So,
I.
try this out.
I.
Okay, it's a bit thicker. You know, you're like,
Aye, Captain. You're like a drunk, ruffy pirate. Aye. I think I have a craving for pickles, Captain.
try it out. Yeah. Yeah. And then from there,
I think I have a craving for pickles.
I think I have a craving for pickles.
nice. Okay. So
I think I have a craving for pickles, so you'd let your resonance shoot up a little bit. So,
back to a darker resonance.
I think I have a craving for pickles.
Okay, you can do the
Pat.
Try this out. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, you do this like brightness comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not easy, you know, like dissociating brightness and vocal fold mass. Not super easy, but you're getting there. So yeah, having that louder sound here makes your voice go from
I think I have a craving for pickles to I think I have a craving for pickles.
without going overboard. Like I think I have a craving. Not necessary to go that far, but trying to aim for that really thick sound can get you to like get something a little bit thicker, right? So it gets your vocal folds more engaged and a lot louder. Yeah. How about the next sentence?
I totally agree with that.
Give it a try.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, oh my god. With that. That was so it was so good. I totally agree. Okay, agree. Want a bit more them and with that. Oh, you nailed it so well. Okay. Okay. You're starting to get you're starting to get it. Yeah, you're there. All right. No, that can't be right. No, that can't be right. Try it out.
No, that can't be right.
Colonel, no, that can't be. Okay, it's so good. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed. Really, that's really solid. Yeah. Okay. How about the next one? Blowhigh is my favorite shark. Why am I doing surfer, dude? I'm sorry.
Blowhigh is my favorite shark.
Blowhigh is my favorite shark. Okay. All right. Very good stuff. Okay, our time is up though. But oh my god, you can go all the way down to A2 in pitch. It's no small feat. I don't know if you have had testosterone exposure at all, or if you always had a naturally lower voice, but wow, that is crazy. Going as low as A2, really cool. Keep practicing. Maybe you can reach even lower pitches with practice. Who knows? And yeah, that sound that you made there, I totally agree with that. Like thick, low in pitch, and really dark, showcased like a big vocal tract. That was super good. Keep that work up, and I'm sure you'll get there in no time. All right, applause for Orbits.
That was fantastic.
You mean, yippee.
Yippee!
Oh, this is really good. All right. Oh, what a workshop. Okay. So, yeah. That's about the end of the workshop, everyone. I mean, almost. So, first and foremost, we don't have anyone streaming on Twitch, do we? No, not today. Yes, we do. Okay. Are you fine going for a few more minutes, or do you want to cut it here? Let's go a few more minutes. All right. So I'll be answering 2 questions from the audience. If you have a question to ask, please raise your hand. Okay, I see a bunch of people. Okay, Loon, what question do you have for me?
Okay, so, I did voice training for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and, basically things got crazy in life and I kind of fell off. How can I kind of get back in? Because, like, when I try to voice train, I feel like I'm kind of doing it wrong, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Even if maybe I'm not.
Have you already tried to stick to like a routine in terms of voice training? Like maybe like do it like every day, 15 minutes, or just kind of like doing it here and there?
I can't. I've tried to start one, but I can't stick to it because, like,
Okay.
there's a feeling that I'm doing it wrong, and I don't want to practice it wrong for a long time.
Okay, so see it this way. There's 2 phases to voice training. The first phase is to find a sound that you desire to practice and to get, whether that is getting a feminine voice, a masculine voice, an androgynous voice, or whatever voice you want to do. Okay? Now, that's the first phase. And to do this, you're gonna want to practice different things, do silly voices, even do some cartoonish voices, do funny, really low voices, really high voices, whatever really, makes you use your voice. Because as I like to say it, it's a little bit like a jungle that has not been charted yet, You are trying to like make a map of this jungle, but you have to like you have to go through like the really heavy grass with your machete every time. Quite literally, you are creating new neural connections in your brain with muscle memory, with sound comprehension and stuff like that. And so you have to do this more and more often. And this can be a process that can be really boring and tiring and dysphoria inducing. And I know it's not easy. I have been through it myself. But the more you do this, even if it's just silly sounds, the better it will get. You'll become better at accessing some sounds that you were trying to do. Now, when it comes to sticking to a more solid practice, if that's not your case, it's okay. I like to practice with friends on Discord, or I like to use my voice in the shower. You know, maybe I put a song really loud so I don't feel too bad about it, and I do some voice stuff to it, and then I feel good about it. You know, like I tried something a little bit. I did some silly sounds, I used my voice, and that's already a step forward in the right direction. If that can get you back into practice, then by all means, look into voice acting, look into singing, look into things that can get you away from your person. The voice does not define you. You define your voice, right? I know it's not easy to hear because for a lot of people, it's still a true statement that your voice defines you, but yeah, your voice is an instrument. You can choose whatever tune you play to it. So treat it like an instrument. I hope that helps you maybe like psychologically and maybe like gives you some opportunities or at least options to use your voice and get back in practice. But yeah, I hope that helps you out, Loon.
For sure.
All right. Oh yes, please go ahead. I do think that there is some culturally defining components to, you know, pitch. Some countries and some cultures might have feminine voices that are a lot darker or a lot brighter. So it really depends on where in the world you are at or in. For example, I know that French is a lot more intonation based than in English, but that's not always true because, you know, like you could always have I wouldn't say a queer femme voice, but like a femme voice that's like more mature and like more down here, you know, versus, you know, like your California Valley girl voice that's like, oh my God, you know, like really up here and just, you know, just kind of like doing this really colorful and flowery type of voice, you know, and that really depends on culture and who you socialize with. So it's hard for me to say that, yeah, there's exactly that thing to pinpoint. I would say that, yeah, intonation does change, but I wouldn't be able to know every single culture and every single place in the world that does different intonations. So definitely look at examples of your spoken language or of your area that you're in. You know, if you want to practice Scottish accents, look like accents from Scotland. If you want to practice French, you know, listen to French women or men or whatever voices that can inspire you. You know, so I hope that answers your question. Sorry. Okay. 1B, is it Discord questions?
Yes, we have actually we have a few Discord questions. This one is from Psycho. Is it true that
Okay.
I should be raising my larynx with my tongue instead of throat muscles?
It's not instead, it's and. You are using both things. I mean, your tongue, you're not gonna like stick out your tongue and like speak with your tongue out all the time. That's not gonna be possible. You can, you know, like there's a lot of muscles that are playing a role into raising your larynx. So it's not just the tongue, it's not just the throat muscle, it's a mixture of both. Generally, you want to use as many different muscles as possible because, you know, if you only rely on one muscle, you're going to quickly introduce stiffness to your voice, you know, like for example, like this is like a kind of voice that like only like uses only like throat muscles, and it can sound like kind of strained because I'm only using like one set of muscle instead of like using everything together. There's also the fact that you can just like use those muscles too much and create strains, so it's not always like easy to pinpoint what exactly is creating that strain, but that's off topic. What I meant to say here is, yeah, there's a bunch of different muscles you want to use. I, however, would not worry about thinking about muscles here. You know, unless you're more advanced in your voice journey, it's better to think directly about the sound, you know, like think of the whisper, think of in terms of brightness and darkness, you know. If you think of muscles, you're going to like kind of, first of all, we don't have like a really good conscious map of this. Like our fingers, they have like this really good nervous map, you know, that we can know what we feel, what we grab, we can feel different textures. The muscles in our throat, I mean, you don't even have nerves in your vocal folds. You can't feel your vocal folds unless you're sick and it's hurt, you know. So it's a lot of things that you don't really have a mind map for, at least not yet. So I would definitely like look at listening more than feeling in that sense. If you can listen and get a good sound, you can then maybe latch on to that feeling that you have that keeps your voice there, but not the other way around. All right, I hope that answers your question. What's the other question about?
So this is from some girl on the Discord. She's in the process of naturalization, and when she tried to sing in her fem voice, she noticed that her voice got very strained, very quickly, and actually experienced total vocal failure from what she's wrote. And she's just asking, like, how she could avoid that in the future.
Okay, so first of all, listen for early signs of when your voice gets fatigued, right? So if I go up in pitch, up here, I don't know what the pitch here is, but there's going to be a point of failure, right? I could push it further and not have just, I could have, and get it working, right? But that's kind of like pushing beyond my limits. I'm conscious that I'm doing it, so I'm not doing it like right now, you know? You know, like it has been sick times, it has been winters, so my voice is not exactly in tip-top shape. Actually, no one's voice is exactly at the best shape at every day, every single minute. So when you get to that point, you know, you want to really test your voice at really low volume, because failure will show up much sooner than you expect. And then you will start to realize that you're actually using your voice a lot more often in ranges that that are not like acquired, but more so that like at the exact time that you're testing it is not meant to be happening. Like you want to gently push up your voice, improve the closure of the vocal folds, and really listen for if you get too much breathiness or if you get like vocal fold failure, well, phonation failure at really low volumes. Low volumes are a great way to test what your voice can actually do really efficiently and really easily. Okay? Hope that answers your question.
And
We got more?
one more question from a
Yes.
very early segment. You mentioned about how Spyro might dry your voice out, but does it do more than that in terms of your voice development?
No, not that I am aware of. I do know that it's drying, and also Spyro is not the only medication that can be drying. Definitely do check with your doctor or with your prescription if it says that it can be drying to your body. A lot of substances can be, but you know the effect might be very minimal. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. It's just that you're not gonna like not practice at all when taking Spyro. You're just gonna like have to be more aware that you might be limited at the time where Spyro is affecting your voice. I don't know of any other effects. What I do know, however, is that over a really long period of time on hormone replacement therapy, you can have like very, very subtle changes on voice, not enough to like completely warp your voice to like one gender perception to another, but it can affect your voice on the long term. Mostly, I suppose if you're taking Spyro, you're probably trans femme and going towards feminization. So what I suppose is happening is that after 3, 4, 5 years of hormones, you will have less exposure to testosterone. So your vocal folds will kind of lose a little bit, but like it's a very small amount of vocal fold mass. So yeah, it's not Spyro effect. It's more so the lack of testosterone over time. Okay, hope that answers your question. Thank you. Bella the deer, what's your question about?
How does caffeine affect your voice training?
Yes, it can be drying to the voice. Should you stop drinking coffee? No. Should you stop drinking 5 cups or 6 cups of coffee a day? Maybe. Or at least drink double the amount of water to keep yourself hydrated. That's what I would generally say. I drink coffee sometimes, not every day. I try to function without it. It's not easy, but it can be drying to the voice. just it can like be dehydrating your vocal folds. Sorry. But yeah, again, if you consume it in moderation, you should be mostly fine. I hope that answers the question. Maybe other details that I didn't answer.
Quick thing to add to that: how much caffeine would require to restrain your voice completely?
I have no idea. I would have to like go look into research papers and stuff, and I don't have the info in my head right now.
It's just I drink 30 milligrams of caffeine every single day.
3 milligrams, so just 1 cup, right? Basically.
Half a cup. Half a cup.
Then you're probably fine. I suppose you drink it in the morning, right? So either practice your voice work before you drink coffee, which probably is not really in the realm of possibility, unless you want to like do sleepy practice time. But probably something like afternoon or evening is probably the time for you to practice your femme voice if you want, or I don't know what voice you're trying to practice really, but yeah. So yeah, just try to work around it. Okay. All right. I'm going to answer one more question and then I'll be going. Okay. Am I answering the question for Morth or for Sifrin?
For me, I suppose.
Ah, of course. Hi, Sifrin. Hello.
Hello, and Happy
Hello.
New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
So my question would be, I had someone in the audio during my voice training session who is about to go through puberty. Would it be advisable to train your voice?
Why not?
If you're right before it?
Why not? Of course.
Well, that's the question basically. Like, is there some sort of danger if you go to testosterone-fueled puberty? Your voice changes, but you do voice training during that time?
No,
I wasn't sure if that's like maybe dangerous.
I don't think it's going to be dangerous, but definitely do be careful as for the same things, like things that can dehydrate your voice. Make sure that you're not using breathy sound or whispers too much, or not pushing too much air with it, because it can dry out your voice and make it more fatigued. And testosterone is pretty brutal. I mean, like, you will warp your voice, change it a lot. So yeah, I don't exactly know how much it will affect your voice. Like, I do know it will probably make the resonance go darker, make the vocal folds thicker, and all that good stuff. But I don't know how exactly it's gonna impact it. So it's experimental. Don't think it's gonna hurt it. I mean, there's no specific counterindication to this. But yeah, just be extra mindful of how it feels. Like, if your pitches fail, it might be due to strenuous practice, but it could also just be the hormones taking hold on the voice. So yeah. All right.
Like a younger person, like a 13-year-old.
No, I get that. That's fine. Actually, I think like if it's like really early like that, then maybe it's even a better idea, like to start that early, like don't prevent yourself from stopping something that you want to do just because there's an extra challenge in the way, Like, if you're a smoker, you still can practice your femme voice. If you drink a lot of caffeine, you can still practice your voice. If you have like really dehydrated vocal folds, you can still get a femme voice. It will be more difficult. There will be more challenges, but it will not be impossible. All right?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Well then, first workshop of the year, right? I hope you all enjoyed it. So I'll do my little end of the workshop blurble. Hey everyone, my name is Sally. I teach voice feminization and
voice masculinization, and I
apparently cannot speak. I also do stuff such as human beatboxing with sounds such as... So if you want to learn any of this, you can always shoot me a message over on Discord. My Discord is the same as up here, savvy_sav. If you click on my bio here, you will find my Discord server, which you can join right now. I do public lessons over there, which you can attend to, like in the shadows, ask questions in chat, and get more of this. That's about it. I also teach public lessons and private lessons, so if you want to know about my rates, you can ask in DMs. Of course, if you have other questions, you can ask them in my server or in the Trans Academy server, Discord server, at the hashtag voice training channel. So yeah, you will find the voice gang and all the good people there and be able to ask the questions over there. So yeah, you'll be seeing me again in 2 weeks from now. Hope I'll see all you faces and you people again. So y'all take care of yourself. Happy New Year, and I'll catch you in the next one.